What's up, everybody? It's your girl Q1, and I am back with somebody's son. Y'all, I am so sorry that I am so super late, but I told y'all I was gonna bring it. So, season 1, episode 8, Too Many Mamas. Before I start, y'all make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell button so you can be updated on every video that I drop. Y'all make sure that we are liking the videos so I can stay in the algorithm and things. Y'all know how that go around. Yeah. Okay. Um also, listen, I need y'all to go get the views up with this video with me and my nephew. Okay? Cause I want my nephew to be happy. Okay? I have to let him know that his auntie did her big one. Okay. Last thing, after I give you somebody's son, as promised, I'll drop Next Gen NYC, and tonight is the season 7 premiere of RHOM, of course, and I'll bring that as soon as it goes off tonight. Also, tomorrow, because I did tell y'all I was gonna let y'all know what I'm bringing. Tomorrow, I want to say, and just like that comes on, BMF, of course, and I'll give y'all Divorced Sisters, one episode of that, and that is all. That is all I have for the announcement. So govern yourselves accordingly. Praise the Lord. Okay. So, somebody's son, because I just have like a few things to say about. I got some stuff to say, but it was a pretty, yeah, it was a pretty decent episode. Um, so episode 8 starts with Chad and Mama Katina. So the episode opens up with Chad. I'm sorry, y'all. This head is driving me insane. Um, Chad is talking to his mom about his date he had the night before with Lauren. They went out on a massage date. So we find out that their next event is going to be rock climbing, and this event is pretty much for everybody to work together, for the women to work with him, and for him to work with that particular partner. So he's stressed out, of course, about his mom being able to make the final call and final decisions on the person that he's wanting to hang out with. And so he's hoping that he can get a date with Jasmine, because he's had a date with the other ladies, but he haven't had time to go on a date with Jasmine. So they go in the living room, talk to the ladies, and let them know that they're gonna go mountain climbing, rock climbing, and the ladies are excited about it. So over with James and Mama Charlisa, I'm just gonna keep saying how naturally these women are extremely beautiful, because I want to say this is probably one of the shows, pretty much one of the only shows I've seen these ladies without makeup. They all 9 of them are extremely beautiful. So Mama Shalisa and James are talking, and she asks, what happened with the massage date with Sabrina. It turns out that James actually likes Sabrina, but not as much as he likes Alyssa. So they read the iPad. The iPad lets them know that they will have a family style fish fry, and James wants to see how the ladies conduct themselves in the kitchen. And the plot actually thickens, y'all, because Mama Charlisa have to eliminate one of the girls tonight. I was like, oh, okay. All right, so we getting down to the elimination process. So James expressed to his mom how he feels. He expresses how he feels about his mom taking charge in this whole process. I told y'all that James was not interested in Brie Vaughn. He stated that Alyssa is his top and his type. That Mama calls Alyssa people like Alyssa a rescue. And then she said, Alyssa is looking for someone to take care of her. Now, Alyssa did allude to that. She was like, I want somebody to be able to take care of me. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. And so that mama also said that Alyssa was looking for a come up. And I was like, whoa. Like, Alyssa, I want to say she works, but she also has a second job. She works the nightlife. I don't know if she's a bottle girl or anything like that, but it's not like, she's a dancer and even if she was, it is what it is. Like the ladies out there, the lady is making money. So James think that his mom is projecting based on a past women that he have been with. And I don't think your mom is projecting. I think that James has a type and his mom knows that he have a type. So he picked the same, aesthetically, the same type of women, but also maybe mentality. He picks the same type of women. And they're young. So it's just, I just believe in having life experience over having a relationship when you're extremely young. That's just me. I tell my kids that all the time. My two adults that all the time. So, I'm sorry, y'all. She wants to have a one-on-one with Alyssa so she can give Alyssa the benefit of the doubt, because y'all know the moment she met Alyssa, she's been extremely judgmental. And I was at first, I was like, I get it, but at the same time, you have to let him figure it out on his own. And he may not never be able to figure it out, but even though you're his mom, you still don't know what's best for him. And even as he's telling you, it's like the moms are not listening at this point. He's not interested in Brevon. You are interested in Brevon for him. He's interested in Alyssa. And I think he's only interested in Sabrina by default. Because I don't know. But the reasoning just threw me off. So over with Chad and Mama Katina, Chad was able to direct Paige at the rock climbing. Lauren took charge. She stopped listening to Chad. And of course, that's just the type of person that Lauren is. And I'm not mad at it. Jasmine, we didn't really see how much she did, but it seems as though she did okay. She must have did okay enough because she won a date. But I also feel like Mama Katina actually heard Chad as he expressed how he's never been on a date with Jasmine. Anyway, Chad climbed, but he wasn't listening to any of the ladies because he's afraid of heights. And so he was just trying to get to the top. So Mama Katina chose Jasmine to go out on a date with Chad. So back over at James and Mama Charlisa is outside talking to Alyssa. She tells Alyssa she prejudged her, and she did. And she asked what was she looking for in James. She's letting Mama Charlisa know, hey, this is what I want, this is what I desire. And I just really wasn't mad at it. So at this point, we see Alyssa and Mama Charlisa, still have that connection. She tells Alicia tells Mama Charlisa the story, how she took care of her mom when her mom was battling cancer for 2 years. Her mom is beautiful though, because her mom was on this episode. It is so good to see her beat it. Like even Mama Charlisa, I want to say she beat cancer as well, and they look so vibrant and beautiful. The moms, all of them. So she asked, so Alicia, why can't I pronounce her name? Alicia gets extremely emotional about the situation, and I really have a heart for her. Like I was like, oh my God, like that's a lot. I couldn't even imagine. My mom, I will say this, my mom went in to have a heart procedure, and she was in the hospital for a full week, and by the time I made it to New Orleans, she died the next day. So I've never taken care of a sick parent. My dad went in for a procedure, and he died. That I talked to the doctors. They asked to approve the procedure. I gave them the green light to approve the procedure, but they called me. That was in the morning. I got the phone call like 10 o'clock at night saying that my dad passed away. I was like, that is so insane, y'all. Like, I don't know. So I don't know. I will say this: I don't know what it's like to take care of a ill, to be a caregiver, and I'm pretty sure it was a lot. So I really felt bad for Alicia, but to actually see her mom there, because honestly, I thought that the lady who came, I thought that was her friend. I didn't know that was her mom. Okay, so I was here for that. So she asked Alicia, actually asked Charlisa how she feels about her nightlife job, and Alicia said she's asking her that because she feels judged, and she is being judged, and I just don't think that that's okay, because she's sitting around acting like this girl around here busting it wide open and doing all of these things, and she's like, my son. No, this lady has to work. This lady has to make her money. This lady has, like, I guess you can look at it like she has multiple streams of income. She said, I'm sorry, she did say that. She said that she makes extra cash. And I want to say she's a bottle girl. So with her aesthetic, with her look, yeah, I'm going to use what I need to. I do what I need to do to make my money. And I hope I'm not making it seem like, she's just that night girl. No, that lady just making her extra money, and I just see it for what it is. That's it. It's just the judgment that Mama Charlisa is having about it. And so Mama Charlisa said nothing good comes out of it. That may be for other people, that this may not be her story. So you cannot say that. And so I really do think that Mama Charlisa is being very judgy, and that's not fair to Alyssa. I'm sorry, that's not fair to her. So you judge the way she make her money, but then if she start asking your son for money and doing things for your son, doing things for her, then you're gonna immediately call her a gold digger. That's not fair. Sorry, y'all, I had to say that. So, but I like Mama Charlisa. I just don't like the prejudgment that she has on, and the judgment she has for Alicia. So Mama Charlisa tells the ladies about the fish fry, and the ladies are making side dishes. So Sabrinae is responsible for the ground beef, and Sabrinae washes her ground beef. I've never seen it before, but maybe people do it, so I can't say nothing. So Alicia was trying to cut the corn, like, because it was the whole corn, and she was asking James, how to cut corn, and he's very attentive to her. Bree notices that, so I think she feels away, so she kept calling James so he could come to her, and it almost gave that, come over here by me, I ain't feeling away, so James was like, give me a minute, I'm coming. But I don't think he really wanted to come. I think he just wanted to be in Alicia's space, and I think she felt that. I do. I think that she felt a way about that, and she felt that. She felt it, their energy, and she didn't like that. So the doorbell rings, and I was like, who is at the door? It was Brie Vaughn's mom, and immediately her hugging her mom, I knew she was gonna break down and cry. So she started to cry. She said she misses her mom, but Brie Vaughn at this point is not happy with being in that house because she's not being picked how she thought she was gonna get picked. And that's just not how it works. Like, that there is a chance that you're going to be selected, or you may not be selected. You also understand that there are other people competing at the chance to, win this guy's affection or heart or whatever. So I do think that Brevon shouldn't be on there. I think that she should do the work, do more work outside of this, or self discovery or whatever. I just don't think that James and Brevon will make a good match. And it just is what it is. So Sabrene's mom show up next, and when I tell you they both are twins, they're twins. And then Alicia's mom arrives. So Bree and her mom is having a conversation, and her mom asks, "How is everything going?" Now, for me, I'm a energy person. So in that moment when she asked Bree how was everything going, Bree was like, "Oh, I'm good. Everything is good." It felt like she was not being fully transparent. I feel like she was like she didn't want to be there because things wasn't going in her favor. And I think had James been more favorable towards Brevon, I think that her tune would change. But it's not going the way she wants it to go, or so now she's questioning herself. And I just want to say that if that is that's what I'm getting. I don't feel like she should question herself based on what one guy don't want. Like, no, we're not doing that. If he don't want you, then that's just what it is, and you got to be okay with it. Like, you got to be okay with it and just move forward. I'm sorry, y'all, we gonna get there because I'm about to move ahead. So Brevon's mom tells her to accept herself and to be more confident. And that alone is the reason why I think James and Brevon, to me, just wouldn't work. I'm sorry, y'all. My nose is itching every time I get on camera. So Alicia says, Charlisa, she's talking to her mom. And so she's telling her mom that Mama Charlicia don't feel like she's a fit for her son. And of course, Mama Charlicia feels that way because she automatically prejudged Alicia by her pretty and by everything else. Like, she just, I think once she saw James was totally interested and totally caught and captivated, the moment he saw Alicia, that mama was like, no, but you cannot compare her to other people. This may work, it may not, but it may be not because of her, it may be because of your kid. So it's just a lot of factors that we have to kind of keep factoring in or whatever. So let's keep on moving. So everybody enjoyed the fish fry, and now Mama Charlicia has to make a decision. Again, he doesn't want Bree. He says that he's attractive to Sabrina, and I feel like that's only by default. Now, they bring up Alicia. And that mama say, y'all know I always gotta say that mama. So that mama said nothing against her personally, but also proceeds to say she's not equally yoked. They are not on the same page on their spiritual walk. That is a personal decision. You're saying that it's nothing personal, but you're making it personal. Her spiritual walk is her spiritual walk. That has nothing to do with you, your son, or nobody else. Everybody thinks that being equally yoked means you both have to go to church. That is not what that means. Equally yoked, let me say this, to me, means shared values. How do you think? The spiritual thing. I'm sorry, y'all, hold on. I mean, you can count the spiritual aspect as one thing, but it doesn't mean because he's a spiritual person, she's a spiritual person, that's not all that's included in there. Because being equally yoked, to me, I feel like I'm going around in a circle. If he wants kids, she doesn't want kids. If she wants marriage, he doesn't want marriage, or vice versa. These things don't make them yoke. It's commonalities that people share, Now, you can take your definition and drop it down in the comments, but for me, I feel like it goes way past your spirituality. If you go to church, if you don't go to church, what, you know, denomination or whatever you serve or you're under, if you're Baptist, you're Kojic. No. Because I feel like if I love the Lord and you love the Lord and you seek the Lord in your own way and I seek the Lord in my way, we are yoked. We are good. We are good in this area. But if me and you are together and this person wants kids, but I'm here to tell you I ain't never ever never not ever having no kids no more in my life, then yeah, no, maybe we need to go our separate ways and you need to find somebody who share that same common ground as you. And I just, a roundabout way, that's what I think that means. Okay? Yeah, I'm sorry. I be talking. And so, Mama Charlisa goes on to say, not being spiritually yoked throws off the whole family walk. Which family? You? Him? Because this has, again, this whole thing, yes, it's called somebody's son. Yes, you get to pick. But ultimately, at the end of the day, what these two people decide is what these two people decide. And that is my opinion. I'm just saying. So, anyway, that mama wants Sabrinae and Brevon. And she also feels like he will align more with those ladies. He's not interested in Brevon, she said, because she won't stop talking. Now that is some shallow shit. Okay? To me, that's her personality. So you mean to tell me if she talks a lot, but they have all of these things in common, she's supposed to minimize who she is to satisfy him? That's insane. I think that Brevon needs to find somebody who's, who she has more in common with. I just don't think her and James, but I've been saying that since day one. And him and his mom go back and forward and back about what he wants, how, and she's just kind of be like, well, I have to pick and my decision is my decision. And it's like, y'all just might as well allow these people. I don't know why I really don't know why this show really allowed the moms to pick. I thought that this show was going to go another way. But I do see what the moms are really compromising and actually picking their sons, who their sons really are connecting with. So I'm glad about that. It's just that Mama Katina was on a whole nother space. And it was like, yeah, no, you're not picking for you. You're picking for him. And I think that's what Mama Charlisa started to think. Like, I'm picking for me. No, you're picking for him. You don't know what's best for him. You know what he like and what he don't like. So giving him what he don't like is not going to better this situation. He's going to resent you and he's not going to want to be with this woman. Like, you might as well pick the women that they really like. So anyway, Chad and Mama Katina, we go back over to them. Jasmine and Chad goes on a date. Well, of course, Jasmine is super excited. And we're going to have a little discussion about this here part. So, for me, I'm looking at the same thing everybody looking at. And the one thing I noticed is this sexual energy that Jasmine is oozing with. And she's giving it off to Chad. Like, I don't know how y'all didn't see it. I saw it. So, it was the energy. She was like, that I want you type of energy. So, I'm telling y'all, that's what I wrote in my notes. And then, after I wrote that, I called it. Because she said that they both had I'm sorry, that's what I was supposed to say earlier. Chemistry. And And actually, Jasmine was the first person that he had actually kissed, because he has that same attraction to Jasmine. And I think that's why he likes Jasmine so much, because they keep saying that they balance each other out, but I think it's just way more than that. I think it's more of this tension that they have. So he texted Jasmine. No, they got back in the house and they started kissing again. So he texted Jasmine to come into his room, and Jasmine texted him and told him to come into her room. So when the camera came back to Jasmine, she's giggly, she's smiley, and she's giggly like, you know, she gave her Cuddy away, okay? He definitely got some Cuddy that night, okay? And so listen, she felt like that they are sold. No. And let me tell you, I really don't want to come off my soapbox, because I'm not like that. Like, I just feel like if you're feeling each other, you're feeling each other, and the vibes are right, it is what it is. But in this case, I just don't think that it was wise. But I think they were acting on hormones and emotions, and I get it. But I just don't think that it was wise for you to give up your cookies to somebody you barely even know. And I get it. People do it all the time. I'm saying on this particular show, because it clouds your judgment. Not really his judgment, but it clouds your judgment, because you feel like now, since I gave up the goods, I should be picked and selected and I'm here. That's not true. That's not true. It just make you a little easier for him to get what he need. And I just don't think you should have done that. Y'all, if I'm coming off judgy, y'all, please drop it in the comments. But I just don't think that giving her cooch was the best idea or the best decision. I'm just saying, it's not gonna keep her in a running to be selected. Now, I hope he does choose her, because they both have this fun spirit, and they both have like this well, she has more of the free spirit, she said it, but they both have such a fun spirit that they do share in common, and I'm not mad at that. But I think moving forward, if he has to go on a date with somebody else, if he chooses, if he goes on a date with the other two ladies, you're going to always feel away. If he takes these ladies on the side, you're going to feel away, not him. Your judgment is going to be cloudy, because you've done something you shouldn't have done. Now, after the show, that's different. But on the show, no ma'am. I'm sorry, y'all. I just really wanted to say that it just was not the wisest decision that Jasmine made. But something tells me that Jasmine doesn't always make the best decision. And I'm just saying, only because sometimes she just don't make the best decisions. She go with her instinct and how she feels in the moment. And that's what she give me. And people do that. But I just wanted to throw that out there. Anyway, y'all, this was pretty much a good episode. I'm not sure how many episodes we have left. But however, after y'all get this video, you're definitely going to get Next Gen NYC. And then later on, you guys will get Real Housewives of Miami. So on your way out, like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see y'all in the next video, okay? Bye.